Bloopers.
Blooper. Yeah.
She act like that. You'd be like, you know what? This is what I learned from Michael Blackson. You gotta do an African voice. You know what? You keep talking that shit. I'm gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna give you the dick.
I can't make that accent, bro. I can't do that.
Yeah,
I can't make that accent.
He was like, this is how African men treat their women. Oh, you acting up? Go upstairs. I'm going to give you the dick. Yo, I don't know why. That was funny to me when I
Try African accent, man.
I can't try no accent. No, it's I can't. I don't know.
You was trying a Jamaican accent. You can't try African accent?
Actually, I can't even do a Jamaican accent right now.
I know.
I'm still trying to get my down south accent happening.
I just know, like, you can say something in Jamaican. I'm learning to actually gather and take it now. Like, I actually can figure it out now because I got a friend at work who's like teaching me the stuff. You know.
I don't know why.
Just in case I want to like spit poetry in Jamaican or patois or whatever the case is. That'd be lit. That would be lit.
No, it would not.
Yes, it would.
Let me give y'all
You
the
ever hear
poem.
DOC's song?
I don't know who that is.
A blues for Kita.
You young.
This is my
You
poem.
don't know NWA? You young. Are we ready? Are we rolling?
No NWA.
We are rolling. The thing's blinking the whole time. MC Let's Talk, Zodiacs, compatibility and all that stuff when it comes to relationships. Now, me personally, I've never been big on Zodiac signage and whatnot, astrology and whatnot, so I don't even know the signs of half the women I've ever been with. I do know that.
How many women you been with? Let's show you the time.
Not many.
Shut yourself up. Failure.
I don't even know what I was saying. What was I saying?
You was counting in your head.
I wasn't counting them out. I don't know the signs of them. I do know the sign of my wife. And from all the different articles and stuff that I read, we're not pretty much compatible. like I would think. I'm a Cancer. She's a Gemini. From what I've read on, there's certain things in the Cancer description that was the same in every single thing I read. And the first thing was like sensitive or whatever. I don't like that word. I like to say passionate, so I'm going to say passionate instead. But I can't.
They're sensitive about the word sensitive.
All right, I'll roll with that. So like when it comes to my wife, me and her sometimes get into like certain riffs or whatever, just off of the fact that she may say something I might not take too kindly to, or whatever. And I guess that falls on my Cancer side or whatever the case is. But I don't really know too much about the signage. I mean, you read it. What you got? We gonna make it or not?
I mean, a compatibility quiz said that if we work together, we'll be an ideal match. Communication is key for us. Clearly articulating how we feel when we feel it and not being in a shell, because that's what you are, in a shell.
It also says something about falling back and letting the other person lead. So me and my wife are that to a T. Both dominant. We spoke on that in another video. And I don't even know if it falls into, because me and my wife spoke on this outside of the video, like, not that we don't trust each other, but it's almost like allowing yourself to let somebody else lead because that's all you really know. You know what I mean? So it's like trusting that person won't crash into a wall type of deal.
But even if they do crash into the wall, you got to be right there swinging, ready
Right,
to save the day.
But don't speak as if you just openly let me lead. Like a lot of times you be trying to...
I'll fight you first and then I'll let you lead.
But then I don't be feeling that lead no more. I'm like,
and
you
then,
got it.
And then I got it. And so we good. We
So
gonna
you
be
do that
good.
on purpose. You fight me until I'm like, man, whatever, and then you take the lead.
And so that was pointless.
Gemini. So what are y'all?
Capricorn here.
You raise your hand.
And I'm an Aquarius. Aquarius power.
We're not supposed to be together either.
Everybody's just going against the book. Everybody.
So don't believe everything you read on the internet.
Word.
10 years strong here, cuz.
Word.
1 year strong here, cuz.
Word. And I was just saying that, like, when I excuse me, when I think about the zodiac signs, I was just saying outside of the video that I can listen to it in regards to when it's just describing me. As a Cancer, like I said, it said emotional. It said I'm a homebody. It said stuff like, I retreat within my shell, introverted, stuff like that. All me to a T or whatever. But when it comes to telling me, hey, you can't talk to Gemini, or you can't talk to a Scorpio, or whatever the case is, take that with a grain of salt, because I have heard of that being like a pickup line for people, to where it's like, what's your sign or whatever, and as soon as you say it, they're like, oh, you want it in. And it's like, wait, what?
Like, they're not all the same.
Right. You know what I mean? You don't even know me like that. You know what I mean? So don't let that get in the way of, a possibility of being with someone who's actually dope, and it might actually, turn your world upside down in a good way, or lighten your world or whatever, just because in a book it said that y'all not gonna make it or whatever, because that I've literally heard that before. I've been asked that before too. What's your sign? And I say Cancer, and oh, you sensitive. B, I ain't and I get sensitive like immediately, but it's in the sense of like, now I don't even want to talk to you. You know what I mean? So get out your own way. It's another one of those videos when it comes to like just get out your own way and see what's what. Because you might fall in love with someone who's completely outside of what you're compatible with, quote unquote.
Right.
What you got?
I'm a Gemini.
That's not always a good thing. Ain't y'all like
Don't.
two-sided? And I was about to say, like, y'all can't make up your mind about stuff.
We're indecisive at times.
And sometimes y'all need like restraints, because y'all just be.
A person sit here and a person to sit here.
No, that's not the case. It's called a gray area, okay? We are comfortable in a gray area. We can see the good and the bad in both situations, and then struggle with the result. I'm not necessarily I think I'm more of a pressure type of decision maker kind of thing. Like, I feel like I make better decisions under pressure. Mm-hmm. Now, when I have time to think about something, I'll go back and forth. I'll do my pros and cons, and I'll be like, babe, you make the decision. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's I'm good either way. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna hurt me if I don't, because all of these cons. It's not gonna hurt me if I do, because all of these pros. You know what I mean? And so,
what's the worst sign, if you think back on your life? What's the worst signs that everybody dated?
Scorpio.
Well, dag, I mean, you want to elaborate? I was thinking about that before you throw it out there. Like, if you can think about all the signs you've been with or whatever, like, what was that one? I was like, I never, even though I just said, like, don't let that defer you, but like, I ain't never dealing with it.
So, as I said, I'm an Aquarius. The compatibility chart says that I should be with either an Aquarius, a Gemini, or a Libra.
See, I'm just prepping. You said only pick two. You just rattled off three.
Well, they always say you can pick yourself as well.
Oh, really? I can be with a Cancer?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to change that.
So, and I've been with all three. And I think, I can't say honestly, because it's crazy, because like my two best friends, Laura and Tiffany, are both Geminis. So if I were to find obviously not for real, but if I were to find a guy that had his mind right in one of those other signs, I don't think it would be, again, like you said, I would take it with a grain of salt, because the sign itself is not what makes a person.
Correct.
It's the daggone mental instability.
I don't know. I can tell you right now, Geminis, I done dated a few Gemini men. I think we're better as friends.
I agree.
I'm clear. I'm convinced. I said it after, I think, the first Gemini male that I had dated, and I was just like, I think we're compatible here. Like we'll always have fun together.
Right,
Like that's key. Like we'll always have fun together because that's just our nature.
Right.
But the rest, it's like we know what each other's thinking. It's like we're looking at ourselves.
Yeah.
And it produces insecurities.
Right.
And because we know how we both are already, and so that's probably my worst sign to date. Like, if I wasn't married, I would never date a Gemini again. Like, if the moment I learn that you're a Gemini, I'm putting you in that category. I don't care what you say.
Right.
Like, because I already know what the end result is.
Right. I think, and you know what? I just thought about this. The consistent theme of at least the three that I'm supposed to be compatible with, which is very attractive to me, is their confidence. You know, because every Libra that I know is like, yo, I'm the ish. You know what I'm saying? Not on the cocky stuff, but like, I'm really like confident in who I am. Mm-hmm. Every Gemini that I've ever met is like the same way. You know, and Aquarius is, we just don't really care what anybody thinks. We just like, you know, whatever. So.
Paul?
So, I think I've interacted with all the Zodiacs except the main one that I'm supposed to be with, Taurus.
Okay.
Never dealt with Taurus. So, if I had to choose, I can't really choose. Maybe a Capricorn, because it was almost like, you know, dealing with myself. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, I'm very detailed, organized, and, you know, planning stuff out, thinking of all possible, you know, like that person's sitting across the table doing the same crap I'm doing. Like, I just didn't like
annoying.
Yeah. Like, I'm doing it. I'm doing that. What are you doing? Right. What are you doing? You know?
Make me better.
You know, do something else, you know, and they can, you know, it's like we're predictable. So, you know what I'm saying? I know what you're doing.
Right.
I know. No, you're not. I know what you're doing. Stop. You know, so I just, you know.
I would have said Cancer, because I have dated a Cancer before. But I've been through too much with an Aries to say anything other than, without putting everything on blast. Y'all all know the story. Never. Never again. I mean, I can't even verify if other Aries are like that.
Right. You wouldn't even try.
But I'm not gonna.
Right.
I'm not gonna.
They're not.
Okay.
They're not.
Okay. But nah. Just never an Aries. The Cancer thing didn't really pan out either. I don't know if it was necessarily looking like all right. It was like looking in the mirror, but at the time I didn't like focus on that. Okay. I didn't notice that. But you know, if I look back at it now, just the way we kind of moved, it's kind of like there's a standoffish side to us too, or whatever. And that might just be us going back in our shell.
Okay.
I say something to you that bothers you.
Right.
You revert back to whatever. And we also have this thing to where it's like, I'm cool over here. Like, you say something to me, it bothers me, but whatever. I'm not going to tell you. I'm cool over here. And when I look back, I can see that in her. Okay. And I can see that in me. So, you know, when we would have certain conversations, you know, nobody wants to be the first one to pick up the phone. Right. Because we literally are the same. You know what I mean? So, if it wasn't that Aries, it probably would be a Cancer as well. I wouldn't date myself.
You know, I was thinking, like, I think placement of how close you are to the next sign matters too. Because I'm a Gemini, but I'm also at the end of Gemini. I'm June 17th, and I'm close to Cancers. Now, we have similar traits, which is where we go back and forth at. Okay. When I'm a fall back type of person too. You fall back, I'm falling back harder. You know what I mean? Like,
which makes communication
comes to a standstill. And so, like, I think for one of the things that we do good is that, you know, we put things in place to where we make ourselves communicate. Right. Especially, you know, being long distance right now. So it forces us to cut the BS and get back right. But like for instance, like for me, cancers, I've been around my entire life. My little sister's a Cancer. My brother's a Cancer. Both younger. Me and my little sister love her to death, but we just did not get along. No matter what, we loved each other.
Wow.
But we just did not get along. Like, we was always going back and forth. Like, and so it was just like, you know what I mean? Like, and we could be saying the same thing, but it would never, it just would never get through to either one of us. And so, with my brother, it was like, it was always chill, like, never had really any beef. But when we did, it was like, you dead, I'm dead.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's like, it was at its extreme. It's like it went 0 to 100. It was no in between. You know what I mean? And so, but I mean, for the most part, like that was my, like, so when it came to Cancer women, like for me, it was just like, we just never clicked. Men Cancers never really dated. Like, Chris is my first Cancer that I've ever dated.
And look at you now.
Look at us now.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, And so that's what I'm talking about, right? Like, did I say thank you?
But you're welcome.
No. That's what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
But, so my point is, I think, you know, being at the end of your sign or the beginning of the sign, like, for example, I dated 2 Tauruses. I dated literally the first day of Taurus and the last day of a Taurus. Both relationships lasted mad long, years. Back to back, actually. One Taurus, end of the Taurus, like, and then the next relationship, a little longer, but at the beginning of Taurus. And so, like, for me, they were 2 different people. Responses were different. I thought we was compatible as I don't know what, because like for me, like what I noticed about Taurus people is that for Geminis, they can reel us in.
Okay.
Right? Like, it was, when it was a no, it was like, no, sit down, relax, we're done here, kind of thing. And it was like, okay, like I finally found somebody that can tame me. Right. And that's kind of how I felt like. So for me, it was like a comfortableness in that type of relationship. Okay. And so like with Chris, it's the same kind of way, because it was just like, he'll tell me like, nah, like he made me feel dumb, like he making me feel bad dumb. Like I'll be going off on a tangent, like, and I just be going, you know, sky's the limit, and he'd be like, do you hear yourself? That don't even make sense. Explain this to me again. Then he start asking me all these questions, and then he keep asking the questions, and I'll be like, you know what? I'm good. I'm done.
Dick Wolf, shout out to you, Law and Order. I got that from y'all. But I'm sorry.
Mad annoying.
That's interesting though. I never thought of it like placement wise. Like, first of all, I don't even know when one sign begins and one ends. But you know, if you say it that way, that probably makes more sense, because technically, I've heard people say like, oh, like I'm a Gemini / so and so, or I'm a this / and you're like, what? I mean, so I guess
I heard that.
I guess from that standpoint, it makes perfect sense. I never looked into it.
Yeah, I think you take on, like, it's like a range. I don't know about, like, cause I think, okay, so Gemini ends like the 21st or something like that. 21st or something like that, and then there's a range of like for example, like we classify like, oh, you a May Gemini or you a June Gemini. Like there's a difference. And so like I would say, I'm just, for example, like some people could say like the May Geminis are more closer to a Taurus. Okay. Like in how they demeanor and something. They could be more stubborn. But I'm gonna say I'm Gemini through and through, for example, right? And so I could be mad stubborn, but I can also be mad giving. You know what I mean? Like for me, it just depends on who you are and how you are to me. You know what I mean? Like I
What
would
you
don't
pull
even
out, what you
equate, though.
pull out.
You can
Right.
be stubborn and giving at the same time. You're just stubborn, like without the giving part.
Who,
like,
me?
Yeah, you. You're just stubborn, and it's okay. I'm not knocking you for it because I can be stubborn too. But I think that's some of our clashes. Be the stubbornness.
It be the stubbornness,
like,
but it's
unwilling
not
to yield.
something that I can't stop. You know what I mean? Like that's not like me. Like some people just naturally stubborn and just don't know
Just to be
any
stubborn.
other just to be stubborn.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say that's me because I can yield and I have. But it's just for me, growing pains for us is all right. I need proof, right? And so that's where he gives me enough. I trust him, but I still feel like I need it's reassurance to me.
Okay.
And so once I have the reassurance, I'll leave him alone about it. You know what I mean? Like it's not an issue. Like going to the next thing, like I won't if I wasn't reassured the first time, it's like, all right, the next time he doing, I'm gonna be like, bruh, and then it's you said this last time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But the moment I'm reassured, like, all right, make some spaghetti. All right, my husband's spaghetti is good. I ain't gonna come in the kitchen and bother him while he making it, looking over his shoulder like, you sure you cooked that? Like, you know what I mean? You sure you put the...
It depends on what you
Babe,
say.
add this in here. You know what I mean? Like, I trust and it's not like that's the wrong word. Because I trust. It's just that I just need
You need
that.
to see it. You need it needs to be tangible.
Exactly. And that's how it has to be seen for me. Like I think in numbers, right? So, for example, if 1 + 1 don't equal 2, it doesn't make sense
And that's
to
the
me.
illest thing to me because you're a gray area person, as you said, but you think in numbers, which is the least great thing you could ever have.
Because some things is not necessarily a numbers game. Some things is more mental, or like it's a probability. And when it comes to probability, you have to deal with your risk tolerance. And so,
All right, now you're going into all right, I got you. Because now you're about to go, probability over here. All right, I got what you're saying. It's just, when you say, I think of numbers, 1 + 1 = 2, it's like, that's like black and white.
Right,
to me.
right.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
but probability
It's not black and white.
It's
I
not
get that.
black
I get
and
that.
white. And
I get
it's
that.
like...
That involves more risks and chances and everything else. I get that.
Exactly. And then for me, it's just like, am I willing to... Like, my aunt told me something because I used to always get burned by people that were close to me. I would let them borrow money and then I would never get it back. And so, and then it would destroy relationships and stuff like that. And it's just like, dang, like, bro, like, I trusted you. Like, I gave you, what I had, expecting I was going to get it back because I needed it for something else or whatever, right? And so, my aunt was like, Laura, never lend out something you're not willing to lose.
Right.
Cool.
And it was just like, she was like, so basically, if you have $100 and that's all you have, why would you lend it out? Like, you're right. You know what I mean? Like, stop giving your life to somebody who's not willing to give it in return. And so, like, for me, it was like a learning experience. And so, what?
Only thing I really got from this video is that none of us should date ourselves. That's what I kind of heard. You and Geminis don't really... I mean, y'all could be cool.
No, we friends. We best friends. Like, my best friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all
We're
could
like-
be cool, but relationship, no. You know what I
Like,
mean?
Keita's like the only sign I'm like, I don't know where she came from kind of thing. Like,
That's how I feel about you. And that's not like an offense thing.
damn.
No, I'm... you didn't let me... You
That
didn't let me...
struck me in the heart
you didn't let me
before he
get it.
could say it's not an offense. That's like
No,
Gianni. Gianni, my son. So he be like trying to hit you with the good. So I'm not trying to offend you,
But...
but
No,
you
but...
stink.
Yeah,
What?
but it wasn't that though. I'm just saying, like, literally, I've been told what I so-called compatible with. You know what I mean? So, I have a best friend that's a Gemini too, but I never dated one. You know what I mean? So you kind of literally
It
came
wasn't
up.
the right one. You welcome.
I'm aware.
You welcome.
All I'm saying is you came out of left field. That's it.
You welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got anything to add to this? 'Cause-
Yes, I got a whole...
Sure, let's share it.
Shoot, I'm sorry.
So first, Boo. Am I the first Aquarius?
Oh, snap.
What the piss?
No, You asked, you got an answer.
Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Okay, all right. Look.
He said that. Right.
No.
No, you're not.
All right. Cool. No problem. He's my first Aquarius. First Capricorn. Jesus.
I am not.
First,
I am not.
first Capricorn, right? So let's go around and what was it about this Aquarius
Good question.
that made you put a ring on it?
Good question.
So I'm not sure if you remember this because I said it to him before I said it to you. So at the time where I was, I knew just for myself that I was going places in life. You know what I'm saying? That I was going to, be a success in my profession. That I was going to, accrue wealth, all of that stuff. My biggest thing is once I got out of school, my antennas were up to try and find someone that I could build with, as opposed to build it and then find someone and wonder if that person's there for me or whatever.
Gotcha.
So when she came along, and again, like how you said, out of left field, kind of out of left field, but it was as we started spending time together, I started noticing qualities that I liked from other women that I had dated. You had a majority of them. It was like in one package.
I'm sorry, Paul. She's rolling her eyes, but go ahead, continue.
So you had those.
Snitch.
I'm sorry, cause she put them all the way up in the back of her brain.
She's asking me my answer, and then she's like, "Oh, he's not saying what I really want him to say." So anyway, so she had a lot of those qualities. I was like, okay, all right, let's kind of see, where it goes, and that was pretty much how it started, and then I found myself as we got in deeper into the relationship, it was like, I don't want to she's pissing me off, but I don't want to let her go.
Gotcha.
It was something like with anybody else, it was like, I don't give a crap about what you finna do. You know what I'm saying? Be gone. Bye. This one, wait, where you going? Come back. Come here. Wait, let me figure this out.
Okay.
For some reason, and that's why I always attribute our relationship to God. Absolutely, because there's a definite reason, and some of the reason why we're together has been fulfilled, but the truth hasn't been told yet.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like kind of the best answer that I can give. Like everybody else, like I could, look at my phone if they, I don't feel like talking to them.
Right.
She called me. What's she calling me for? Hey, what's up?
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it was something there. That answer your question?
Same thing in reverse.
Yeah, bang. Same thing in reverse. Good moderator. That's my man right there. Pots and pans all day long.
So, honestly, it was, okay, so it was a few things. Number one, it was his relationship with his family, or mainly Papa at the time, that really, because I'm very family oriented, and I loved that about him, that he was that connected with really anyone, but someone older in his family. So that was really good, and that he was consistent. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my main pet peeves is if you say you're gonna do something, do it. And so he did it. Nine times out of 10, if he said he was gonna do something, he did it. That was very attractive to me. Number two, I really enjoyed, I feel like even though at the time when we started out, we were both very stubborn and very stuck in our ways, that we were still able to kind of extend ourselves for each other. And so there was that. And then honestly, the fact that we were friends for about a year before we really started dating. So that really built a lot, you know what I'm saying? So that when we actually got into a relationship, when we started going through hell, that was something that we could fall back on.
Gotcha.
But honestly, honest to God, like it was like I prayed one day. I'll never forget. I was walking through Philly on my way to the underground, and I was like, "Yo, Lord, I like this dude. He's cool people, whatever, but I'm not really sure, like, you know, because I, you know, had experiences and stuff like that, and I had been before meeting him. I was on what's it called when you ain't having sex?
Celibate?
Yeah. So I was celibate and
Don't know what that is no more.
I was celibate and I was, you know, really trying to refocus myself and get myself back together and make better decisions, you know. And so I was just like, you know, I really like him. You know, we spend a lot of time together on the phone and stuff like that. I really like him, but I don't know if he's like, should I stick with him or whatever. And I said, yo, I'm gonna need you to make it like real clear. Like write it in the clouds or something. I don't know.
Right.
And I don't know how. I don't remember how he did it, but he made it pretty clear that he was the one, and that was pretty much why.
Damn. Wrote it in the clouds. Can't follow that one now. Can't follow that one. How did I know it was you?
But now, mind you, like, if you read up about us, they say that you go through hell, and the main reason is one, I'm very dominant, like, you know, and like I said, like what I saw my grandpa do was pretty much what, you know.
Right.
So like if I said something, you know, like if I say, yo, I'm thirsty,
Better go get me some. Go to the fridge.
you know what I'm
Right, I
saying?
got you.
So I'm sitting, we'd be sitting there like, cause we got together
Her face.
and I don't know, we dated for, I don't know, maybe like we're together like 6 months before we moved in, something like that. And you know, I'd be sitting there like, thirsty, boy.
Nothing.
Still be sitting there. You know what I'm saying? But I can be very controlling. So like what I say goes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she's very much just kind of like she just dances in the clouds kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I remember she would leave.
That's why we friends.
She would leave the friggin' apartment, and I'd be like, "Where you going?" "Where I'm going." The hell?
Ain't used to that. Right.
No, where you going? What time you finna be back? Like, you're not my daddy, and be out. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shoot.
I already got 2 daddies. Don't need another.
Ooh, you know. So for me, it was I had to, you know what I'm saying, relinquish that, and she had to come down.
So y'all can meet on the level.
So we could meet, and you know, it took a while. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know, I preached about it one time that God provides sometimes a baby as a solution to a problem.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, we still, if we didn't have Ari, I think that we still would have found a way to be together, you know, because it was destiny. But Ari kind of came in and was like,
The gel to keep y'all. Okay.
y'all, you know, and from that, it like birthed something different. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, so you want to add anything that? I don't know.
You know, just speaking off the top of my brain, just from you just triggered a thought. Like, I think we should do like a relationship vision board. Like, that would be dope. Like,
Off topic though. We'll get back to that. What about this cancer? We was in the same question, my G. Don't even try to segue.
I wasn't trying to segue.
Right,
I was
that's
just
off
trying to get
topic,
my
my
thought.
G.
But now
That's
that I
off
guess
topic,
it's
my G.
okay.
Get
Okay,
to
what
it.
was the question?
What is it about this cancer?
What is it about this cancer?
Since you say, you know, your brother, your sister, one's cool, one
Well, first of all, they're my brother and sister. So I mean, of course, I've never
No,
dated
but-
my brother and sister.
right.
So you know what I mean. But
But just in
they laid the foundation for why not to. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm lying. My brother, he was like a giving.
My G,
I'm
answer
just
the question.
all right, bet. Okay, so listen. About this cancer, I married you. I mean, what?
Want me to answer first?
No, I got this. Okay. Oh, you want a serious? Oh, you want a serious answer?
I just want you to get to it. You dancing around the bush.
Can I think about my answer? I'm working on
Okay,
myself.
I know mine. I know mine.
I'm working on myself. So what happened is I need to think before I talk.
I know mine though. I can answer it.
So why are you stressing me?
I'll give you some time to think about it. Mine's is simple. Paul kind of touched on it. Like I said, I never dated, or I don't even think I dated a Gemini before. I'm not sure because I don't know all the signs from the women. But in regards to, why are you holding me? I just noticed I'm being held. Why are you holding me? It's basically I have a lot of, or I had, not anymore, but I had a lot of female friends just coming up, and every single female friend that I chose to call my friend, they held a certain spot in my heart. I kept them close for some reason, whether it was one can make me laugh, one could pull me out my shell, one I just had fun with or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, so every woman had something or whatever. And it wasn't until I met Laura that I found one who had every single good trait of the women, but not the bad traits of those same exact women. Because all of them, I could say, yeah, she's good at this. I had fun with her, but I couldn't trust her. Or, she makes me laugh, but I ain't attracted to her. You know what I mean? Or whatever the case is. So, running into you, it was more so like, oh, this is perfect. It's perfect. It's going to get in my book. You know what I mean? Because you literally have all the goods and none of the bads that I've experienced with all the females who I hold deep, close to me. You know what I mean? So for me, it was really simple after that. Like, she's the one. Marriage and everything was just a thought process after that. She can cook. She can like literally everything. Bomb. Because it was a friend that I had who like could throw down cook wise. And it's like, she can cook. You know what I mean? So it was like literally all the good stuff and none of the bad stuff, which it was easy after that for me to choose.
Right though, baby though, right.
Okay, so on a serious note, I'm like trying really hard to be.
She don't know why she married me. She just saw this face and was like, video over.
Word. No, okay. Come on, babe. I'm trying to be serious here.
You the only one taking a long time. I'm starting to think you don't know.
No, you know I know. You know.
They don't know you know.
What they need to know for? Not
Because
just
that's the
kidding.
question.
I'm kidding. Okay. So like I think about you is like, for me, I've never felt like I was listened to, like in any relationship that I've been with. Like they heard me, but I don't think they heard me. And so like when we talk and you listen and you take heed to what I'm saying and you apply it to moving forward, it's like you listened, you applied, I appreciate it kind of thing. And so for me, I didn't feel like I ever really had that in any relationship. So for me, that was like a big deal. Like that was what allowed me to like break down a lot of walls that should have never been there in the first place. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I think it started with that, like those long conversations, just not holding on to like every word, never wanting to hang up. Like, is this real or is this fake? Like, somebody's just playing with me. Am I in?
Her mind was in the stars, B. My bad, go ahead. I'm good with words, my G. Like, you should have known that was coming.
So am I.
Not like me. You're a
Not
numbers
like
girl. I'm a
me.
word guy. Go ahead.
All right, whatever. You know what I mean? And so, that was one. Another one was,
I put it on her. That's just me. I'm sorry.
let's not get it twisted, bruh.
Twisted.
Let's not get it twisted.
Go for it.
It's way from what I remember, but it was the other way around. But whatever.
You don't want me to tell that story.
You don't want me to tell that story.
Go ahead, babe.
So, you gonna interrupt me anymore?
Because I can
I
tell
let
the story.
I let you go.
I'm sorry, you did. I apologize.
It's a struggle. We trying to have this thing. MC Let's Talk Struggle Edition.
Did you slow with your...
I'm thinking and talking.
Okay,
Can I think and
sorry.
talk? I mean, any other time you want
You're getting off subject. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Dude, you're stressing me out right now. I'm trying to get it out.
Oh, you don't know why I don't love you.
All right. So, another thing was that, like, in addition to the listening and applying, it was patience. Patience.
I ain't saying nothing.
Patience. I think he knew that, you know, I wasn't coming from a bad place with my flaws, right? I'm not coming from a bad place. I'm always coming from a good place. It may not have came out right, or the action may not have looked right, but it meant well. And so, cause I'm like, go, 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 go. Done, 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 done. Check, check, check. Everything here, there. We made it, right? And so your patience with allowing me to get to point A to point B is what helped me see that, you know, you was gonna be there, right? But then, you know, he scared me a few times where I'd be like,
We're only talking about the good. We're
Oh.
going into the bad.
oh, my bad. Okay. So then he recovered. He recovered. And so what I liked is that he never gave up or backed down. Like, he was always constantly revising who he was to fit who we're trying to be. And even before, I want to say before marriage, it was like what was it, like, was it a weekend I came out there to see you? And then we came
July.
home and was like, no, it was like in January. I came to see you, and was it January? And then I came home, and then it was just like, yeah, let's just do this.
Or January.
Right. Safety is a big thing for me. Comfortable. So I had this like self-esteem issue, right? And the self-esteem issue, not really my thing because I've always been confident. Sometimes cocky can, you know, get in there a little bit. Always, you know, had that self-confidence and been able to walk and be me, right? Free. But then, right, got vitiligo, and I was like a little self-conscious and stuff like that. So one of the things that was like bothersome to me, like in a last relationship, is like it was like a joke to the last person I was with. It was like make fun of a little bit here and there, but I don't think he meant it in a bad way, but it still felt
Still triggered a little.
yeah, it like, oh, that hurt a little bit. But okay, gotcha. One of those things with like with him was like, I don't care, you're mad beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, not mad beautiful because he don't say mad, but you know what I mean? He's weird with that. And but you know, that's neither here nor there.
I don't call you beautiful. Oh, the mad.
The
part.
mad.
Yeah, that's New York. That's New York.
But you know what I mean? Like making me feel comfortable in my skin again.
Not to cut you off, because I'm gonna let you go. You probably wouldn't believe me, but I literally don't even see it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I told you in the beginning.
Well, you seen past it before, but
No, because before I told you I didn't care, because I didn't care.
right,
But literally, like now when I look at you, I literally don't see it unless it's brought up.
right.
You know what I mean? Like, doesn't
Right.
really.
And so like for me, like it was like one of those things, like, you know, like you some people go to a different country to get their sexy back. Like I just felt like being with him, I got my sexy back kind of thing. And so yeah, so you know,
Wrap it up.
it's wrapped.
Well, that was MC Let's Talk. Zodiac signs, compatibility. I ain't really got much to say on the advice level. Just don't believe everything you read. Take it as a guideline as opposed to Bible. You know what I mean? Because if you take it as just Bible and I can't be with this person because literally this book tells me, you might miss out on a lot. So just take it as a guideline. go forth with it through there, because none of us is supposed to be, from the book standpoint, none of us is supposed to be with each other, and I'm happy. You happy?
Here we are.
Everybody seemed happy out this joint, so take that for what it is. Like, share, comment, subscribe. We'll be talking to you guys shortly. Peace. You got the button.